That screaming two-stroke roar isn't American. It's Dutch. A family firm in Hilversum spent 30 years hand-building the most brutal, heavy-haul machines Europe had ever seen. Dutch chassis, British cab, American heart. They hauled factory sections through the Andes and trailer trains across Rotterdam. Only 668 FTF trucks were ever made. Then the company vanished. What drove a tiny workshop to challenge the giants, and why does no one remember? Before the roar of heavy engines ever shook the Dutch countryside, there was only hay, dust and muscle. In Hilversum, the four Floor brothers made their living as forage dealers. They were ordinary working men, buying and selling animal feed with a modest haulage sideline to keep things moving. There was no grand industrial plan, just a small family business trying to survive. Then came the war. By 1945, liberation left the Netherlands devastated, its cities shattered and roads choked with debris. Holland faced an urgent, desperate need to clear rubble and move freight. The Floor brothers restarted their operations immediately, driven by necessity and the sheer speed of survival. Their legendary toughness was born in these ruins. In 1946, the Floor brothers acquired decommissioned US Army Mack troop carriers through a post-war assistance program. These rugged, three-axle NR-type military vehicles became their engineering classroom. The brothers stripped them down, modified the chassis, and built custom heavy-duty trailers to haul massive loads through ruined cities. This hands-on conversion work served as a grueling apprenticeship in heavy-duty design. By the early 1950s, the workshop expanded from custom refits to dedicated semi-trailer manufacturing, officially opening a specialised trailer plant in 1953. Floor trailers earned an immediate reputation across the Netherlands for their sheer tolerance of abuse. Drivers knew these trailers could handle severe overloading without bending or snapping. Long before building their own trucks, the Floor family had already mastered the art of overbuilt, brutal survival. In 1952, the Floor brothers stepped up from converting army surplus to assembling brand new Mack B-series trucks under an official importer agreement. For over a decade, their Hilversum workshop functioned as a highly specialised assembly plant. The brothers and their mechanics absorbed American manufacturing standards, mastering the integration of heavy-duty drivetrains, massive chassis rails and high-capacity axles. They were no longer just trailer builders, they were heavy truck specialists. But the partnership rested on shifting ground. In 1964, Mack opened its own Dutch factory and terminated the exclusive relationship, cutting Floor out of the supply chain entirely. The family business faced a sudden quiet crisis. The reliable stream of American components and complete assembly kits vanished overnight, leaving a modern factory empty and a hard-earned reputation at risk. Instead of folding, the brothers decided to use their 12 years of industrial knowledge to build a heavy haul machine entirely under their own name. In 1966, the first vehicle bearing the new FTF badge rolled out of the workshop. The initials stood for Floor's Truck Factory. Instead of trying to manufacture every complex component in-house, a path that would have bankrupted a small family business, the Floors engineered an international hybrid. It was a unique heavy-haul machine with Dutch bones, British skin, and an American heart. At the core lay a rugged Dutch-fabricated chassis, built and assembled entirely by hand. Over this heavy steel frame, they bolted specialised cabs sourced from motor panels in Coventry, England. For the powertrain, they bypassed European manufacturers entirely, selecting screaming Detroit diesel two-stroke engines mated to Fuller or Allison gearboxes and heavy-duty American axles. Every vehicle was built to order, allowing buyers to specify custom axle layouts ranging from standard 6x4s up to massive 10x8s. FTF ignored the conventional mass-production truck market, focusing on bespoke heavy-haul monsters designed to survive the absolute limits of extreme weight. These hand-built chassis targeted the most punishing environments in land transport, extreme heavy haulage. Instead of carrying standard freight, they moved massive concrete bridge sections, multi-ton electrical transformers, and towering refinery components. Dragging these colossal loads across Europe required unprecedented muscle. In 1970, FTF introduced its ultimate mechanical weapon, the Detroit diesel 12V71 V12 engine. At a time when mainstream European trucks maxed out near 300 horsepower, this screaming two-stroke power plant delivered close to 500. This engine set a new standard for heavy transport. Under heavy load, the V12 announced its physical presence with an unmistakable, ear-splitting bark and thick plumes of black smoke. The result was a machine of raw pulling power, purpose-built to dominate the heaviest operations on the continent. In 1978, heavy lift specialist Mack ordered 2 custom 6x6 ballast tractors for a grueling assignment in South America. These machines carried 425 horsepower engines fitted with cyclone air filters to breathe in the thin, dusty air of the Andes, dragging cement factory sections through Colombia. Closer to home, FTF dominated the early days of Europe's first container terminal in Rotterdam. Here, single tractors pulled multi-trailer trains stretching over 300 feet long through the harbour. Soon, orders arrived from across the globe, sending Hilversum's hand-built machines to Colombia, Venezuela, Saudi Arabia and Iran. This small Dutch workshop was now engineering solutions for the most demanding transport operations on Earth. By 1990, the economic environment for low-volume truck builders turned hostile. European giants like Volvo, Scania and Mercedes-Benz began offering standard, heavy-haul tractors backed by massive dealer networks for a fleet operator moving heavy loads. Immediate access to spare parts and roadside service became as important as raw horsepower. FTF, with its single factory in Viken, could not match the service infrastructure of multinational corporations. At the same time, tighter European environmental regulations and skyrocketing engineering costs made custom truck development prohibitively expensive. The company tried to adapt. Engineers experimented with the cleaner, more modern Detroit Diesel Series 60 engine and updated the truck's appearance with a modernized grille. But these late attempts could not overcome the disadvantage of small-scale production. The capital required to certify new models to modern standards exhausted the small firm's resources. In 1994, FTF delivered its final 8 custom chassis to buyers. By 1995, the assembly lines fell silent, and truck manufacturing ended forever. Across nearly 30 years of production, the Wijchen factory completed exactly 668 trucks. Every machine was a bespoke creation, hand-built to order and never truly duplicated. Ultimately, the company vanished because a small, highly specialized builder could not survive against mass-production industrial giants, not because its monsters lacked a purpose. Yet the floor name survived the end of its truck-building era. The factory continued manufacturing heavy trailers and semi-trailers for 11 more years, keeping the family business alive until trailer specialist Nuterboom acquired the assets in 2006. 4 years later, in 2010, the operations were absorbed into the Pacton Group. Today, the screaming Detroit engines are now quiet, but the memory of those 668 hand-built giants remains permanently etched onto the highways of Europe. At regional vehicle gatherings and vintage transport shows across the Netherlands, a handful of these hand-built machines still run. Restorers spend years sourcing rare components, maintaining the heavy steel frames and polishing the cabs. When an FTF starts, the sharp bark of the two-stroke engine instantly draws a crowd. For the dedicated owners who preserve them, these trucks represent a high watermark of bespoke engineering. They remain physical proof of a time when a small Dutch family business could challenge industrial giants, building heavy-haul monsters designed to outlast the factory itself. Today, only a fraction of those 668 hand-built monsters survive. In a world of quiet, homogenized logistics, these mechanical beasts remain a roaring testament to raw, uncompromising ambition. They simply do not build giants like this anymore. Share your thoughts in the comments below.